China's Navy patrols disputed waters of the South China Sea. The Philippines rejects Chinese authority over the area and is taking its case to a United Nations court. Philippine Assistant Foreign Affairs Secretary Gilbert Asuque.
We want the arbitral tribunal to establish the rights of the Philippines to exclusively exploit the resources in our continental shelf in the West Philippine Sea.
China says Manila's move complicates the dispute. Foreign Ministry spokesman Hong Lei.
China has indisputable sovereignty over the South China Sea islands and adjacent waters. The root of this dispute is caused by the Philippines' illegal occupation of some of the Chinese areas.
Justin Logan at the CATO Institute says involving the United Nations runs counter to how China wants to handle the issue.
The Chinese have been trying as much as possible to keep this bilateral between itself and all the disputant parties and to prevent it from being internationalized in a systematic way.
Even if the UN Law of the Sea Tribunal rules in favor of Manila, Logan questions who would enforce the decision.
If enforcing findings means shooting war with China, you may see findings that go unenforced. It may not get to that point. It may be a bargaining chip that the Philippines say, look, you know, the balance is sort of tipping away from us. We can play this card and then have something that we can appear to give up if China makes a concession.
Chinese ambitions in the South China Sea were part of the confirmation hearings for John Kerry, President Obama's choice as Secretary of State. Republican Senator Marco Rubio questioned the administration's handling of the standoff.
China's being increasingly aggressive about their territorial claims, and their neighbors are looking to the United States and U.S. leadership as a counterbalance.
Senator Kerry said China is reacting to more U.S. forces in the Asia-Pacific.
The Chinese take a look at that and say, what's the United States doing? They trying to circle us? What's going on?
Given China's disputes with the Philippines, Vietnam, and other Asian countries, Kerry says it's critical that Washington strengthen ties with Beijing.
China is, the other sort of significant economy in the world, and obviously has a voracious appetite for resources around the world. And we need to establish rules of the road that work for everybody.
China says it's working to resolve the rival claims through dialogue, but opposes greater involvement by an alliance of Southeast Asian nations. Scott Stearns, VOA News, the State Department.